guess what? Guess what happened just last week? Can't wait to share with you how my smile turned out because I got my braces off. Are you ready to see it? I'm sure you are. Let's see the teeth. I'm super excited. So to begin, I just want to set this up. There's going to be 2 videos that are going to get released, hopefully within some time frame within each other, because there's so much to talk about. So I kind of want each video to be detailed about my experience, and so for that reason, I'm going to split it into 2 videos for you guys who watch these videos, so that you don't have to watch a super long video. Or if you're not interested in one subject and just the other one, you can totally, I mean, they're both related to braces. So I know most of you guys are interested into everything that, the journey that I've gone through. So I did decide to split it into 2 because it'll be easier for anybody to watch. So with that, I have big news to share. One of them was that I got my braces off last week. So let me tell you a little bit about it, because even I did not know that I was getting my braces off that day. As you all know, if you've been following along for some time now, I've had my braces for over a year. I got them last year around May. With my extractions, all happened within the same week. Got my braces, top braces one day, then I got my extractions the following day, and then I got again the braces for the bottom teeth. So let me set it up a little bit more, like I mentioned that in a couple of videos, like at the beginning of the videos that I was making about my appointments and how my appointments are typically I've heard a lot of people get them every month, where they go to the ortho every month. Mine is a little bit different. I started going to the ortho in the beginning every 2 months. So every 8 weeks, I would see the ortho and get, things, rubber bands or whatever, elastics and all that, and wires changed or just tighten my wires. So let's see. Towards the end, they told me, like, towards the end of your treatment, you're gonna come start seeing the doctor every 4 weeks instead of every 8 weeks. So that's closer to when you're getting your braces off. So let's back up to, I believe, around July is when I went to the ortho, and the ortho said, okay, well, next time we're gonna do the he said everything's looking great, and all he did was work with my front teeth, because my front teeth, I still had a small little gap, and he wanted to fix it as much as he could. So he did that, and then he said possibly you're gonna get your finishing elastics next time. Who knows? Like, he wasn't like sure about it, so he just told me that. And so I was like, finishing elastics, and I was like, I feel like I've heard that before, like that type of elastics. And so I started Googling, and I also asked the assistant there about him, and she said these elastics that look like zigzags. They go from, I believe, from your front teeth all the way to the back teeth, kind of like just working on the sides of your teeth, I believe. I'm not sure. So I was like, okay, sure. Like, if those are the last elastics I will have to wear, I'm glad, because that means that my treatment is coming to an end soon. So I was excited about it. And so that was in July. So my next appointment was scheduled for August. So this month, towards, like, well, it was last week, 19th or something, I don't remember now, but or 20. And so I was like, okay, fine. So before that appointment, during that appointment, between that time, the only thing that I had to do was to wear one elastic at night on my left side. That was the only elastic I was wearing. Typically I was wearing both, the top, from the one on the right and my one on the left. This time he said only wear the one for the left side, and that's it, and only at night. So I was wearing that. Things were going great. My teeth, I mean, I was looking at them and they were fine to me. Like, there wasn't anything that I was like, oh, well, you know, like, I feel like they're ready or anything. Like, I don't know. I guess I wasn't like thinking about it, because my estimated time, just so you guys know, the ones that haven't heard it or haven't seen that video yet, my estimated time for treatment was between, I believe, 18 to 24 months, or between 22 to 24. But I thought that for a very long time. But like a couple days ago, I was looking back on the whole summary they give you when you go and get the estimate about how long you're gonna have him and all that. And it said 24 months. That was the estimated time of treatment. So that's 2 years. So right now we are at the year 3 months mark. So this month I have a year and 3 months having braces. Well, until they took him out last week, of course. So I was like, okay, nice. So I went to my ortho last week. I was ready. I was like, I don't know what he's gonna do. I guess he's gonna give me finishing elastics. And they also told me, like, you probably, depending on the doctor, depending on what the doctor thinks, you're probably gonna wear them only at night, or you're gonna wear them all day long. And so I started looking it up, and it was like, these elastics were very complex. Like, you have to like put them on one, like the front teeth, and then take them back, and it was a little really complicated. And I was like, I hope that if I get him, I only have to wear him at night, because I was like, I don't know if I could deal with it doing this like all day, like every time after each meal, after each snack. Oh, that would have been a pain. So anyways, I get into the ortho's office, and I was just like, okay, well, great. I'm just gonna, you know, wait for the ortho to come and check me out, because usually that's what happens. It's like the assistant comes, or the ortho, or the orthodontist comes, and he sees your teeth, one or the other. This time it was the assistant who came first, and she just like removed my bottom wire, I think, and she started replacing the elastics for the top wire. And so so she said, oh, well, let's just wait for the doctor to come and see your teeth. And I was like, okay, great. And so so I was like, okay, well, we'll see what he says. I don't know what he's gonna say. Like, I was like, maybe he usually just says, oh, we're gonna do this, and your teeth are moving really nice and all that. And so so he comes in, and I'm just like, okay. He's like, oh, so he says, are you ready to get your braces off? And I was like, in my head, what's going through my head in that moment was like, oh, I think I'm gonna get my braces off next time I come. And then he says, and I was like, oh, so thinking that, I said, that sounds like a great plan to me. And then I just like looked at him, and I was kind of like, wait a minute, are you talking about taking my braces off today? And he was like, yeah, or do you want to wait until Christmas or until your birthday next year? And I was like, no. So he says, yeah, we can take him off today, like they're ready. And I was like still skeptical with what he had just told me. I was like, are they ready? And he's like, yeah, they're ready. Like, you have a great bite, your teeth align perfectly. I mean, we can take him off today. And I was like, okay, sure. And he's like, you have like an hour and a half. And I was like, yeah, I totally, like, to get my braces off, I will make time for it. It's not like, you know, like, I'm not gonna get my braces up because I don't have an hour and a half extra to be here in this chair. But no, I was like, absolutely, I'll wait here, and let's do this. So he goes and he starts saying like, okay, well, I'm gonna take your bottom one. So remember how I had ceramic at the top and plastic at the, or I'm sorry, ceramic at the top and metal at the bottom. So he said the metal ones are gonna be easy to take off, just kind of like pop it out, and the top ones are going to be a little bit more tricky because they were ceramic. He said he had to go kind of like on each individual tooth and break it, and the pieces went flying when he was doing that. So yeah, that was the only thing. It was that all the pieces like went flying, like literally I could feel pieces sometimes in my mouth of the ceramic that he had broken. So yeah, so that's how it was for the teeth, for when he took out the braces. I still, to this day, I still cannot believe I don't have braces right now, because I don't know if I told you guys, but a while back, I think it was maybe the beginning of the year, something around like April, when I asked him about, I asked my ortho about whether or not we were on track with everything, whether he thought I was gonna get him off, you know, still around the same time he had given me before I got the braces on and all that. And he told me at that time that he had me having my braces off by March of 2020. So I was like, okay, well, you know, like I'm cool with it. Like I was cool with it. I'd rather have him have braces for a period of time that's, you know, a lifetime, but have him and not regret the decision and make sure that my teeth are like exactly the way they should be. So after that time, I actually didn't ask again whether or not I was getting my braces early, or if my teeth, you know, or if I was anything related to getting my braces up, just because I didn't want to like make it, you know, I feel like when you ask, you're just anxious like every time of having your braces taken off. And I think that also can be a little, I don't know, I feel like it can be also frustrating if you don't get him off, like if you don't get him off when he tells you and you're expecting this thing. And so I just did not ask again after that time. I was like, okay, well, April, March sounds good, like that range time, fine with me. I mean, as long as the one thing I did not want to do was get to the 2-year mark and still have my braces, to be honest. Like I was not looking forward to that. Like I think had I had him for 2 years, it would have been a little bit different for me, a little bit more challenging too, just because 2 years is like a long time. But it also can go by so fast, and you can, you know, in a split second, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I don't have braces and my teeth are great and all that. So anyway, so yes, so the ortho decided to take him off that day, and he said we're gonna do, so he does a permanent retainer in the back of your front teeth, like top and bottom. So I have a permanent retainer. I probably won't be able to record that, but I will show you close-ups of what my teeth look at now, and so you guys can see it. Here you go. Here are my teeth. Looking great. So excited. Super excited about these teeth. Can't get over it still. Everything looks great. So yeah, so I got that permanent retainer that day. It took probably a little bit more than an hour and a half to get them off and get my permanent retainer. And then I'm getting the retainers this week, actually 2 days from now. I'm getting the retainer, the one that looks like Invisalign that I have to wear. I think it depends from doctor to doctor, from treatment to treatment. I believe mine is like, well, I don't know. I'll probably make a video once I get my other retainer, and tell you a little bit about those, show you them, what they look like and all that. And so I'm getting that. Well, I got the molds done that day, but I'm picking them up on a couple days from today. So that's another video that I can make for you all. So overall, I'm excited. I was very happy with the results of how my teeth turn out after having braces for 1 year and 3 months. It's really exciting because I know I talked to you guys about, you know, having this journey come to an end really soon, but I didn't expect it to come so soon. Like so soon. Like I was in shock that day that I got my braces off. I was like, I mean, I really don't have braces anymore. Like I can eat anything and everything that I want. I remember like thinking like that day when I was sitting on that chair waiting for him to take them off, like all the things that I wanted to eat. But there were so many things in my head, like, oh, I can eat sushi without worrying, you know, like rice getting stuck everywhere. I can eat a burger. I can actually buy into a burger, because let me tell you, before braces, like, you can eat burgers like normal, but once you have braces, you have to cut that thing up in little pieces. Like, I remember making sandwiches sometimes, and I would have to break the sandwich into like 8 pieces to be able to eat it right, just because I couldn't bite into things, because my braces would get, you know, get full of bread or like stuff in between. It wasn't pretty at all. So, and that's some other things that you try to avoid when you go out with friends to like eat. Like, I would avoid it at all possible. Or, well, with my husband it's different, but with your friends, when you're like talking and you have like a piece of bread stuck or a piece of rice or, you know, lettuce or something stuck between your braces and your teeth, it's like, that's not pretty. Because your husband, like my husband or my boyfriend or whatever you guys have, well, I have my husband, he would tell me, of course, like, you know, we're husband and wife, you can tell each other things like that. But with your friends, it's a little bit more uncomfortable, because they're, unless, you know, you get along with your friends like that, that's cool. But when you would go, like when I would go out with my coworkers to eat places, there were times that I would be like, oh, I don't know what to get, because I don't want stuff to get stuck and then be all uncomfortable. And like, I remember I would eat certain things and I would feel like I had it stuck there. And I would like, you know, just discreetly start messing with my braces, or even with my fork, to be like kind of like a toothpick. It was fun times that are over, gone forever. So yes, so that's how things are going with my braces. I'm super excited about having them off. It's really a journey that I don't regret one bit. I wish now that if I go back in time, I would have done it sooner, because things have changed. Like, my face has changed a lot, but it's just, it gives you, yeah, like, honestly, I knew somebody, one of my friends told me, he said, when you get your braces up, you're gonna have like a boost of confidence, because your teeth are great, your smile is great, and it's just like, you're gonna feel great. And I was like, really? Like, is that really gonna happen? Because before braces, it wasn't like I had like low self-esteem or anything. Like, I was fine, but and I was never self-conscious of how my teeth look, because they weren't, I didn't think they were that bad, but they were bad. Like, pictures are before and after, which actually I'm gonna do that for the next video. Wait for it, and I'll have a picture of the before and after of my braces next time. So watch it. So yeah, so like, I thought they weren't that bad, but of course, now that I have had braces and then my teeth look great and perfect, I'm just like, yeah, I did needed these. I did needed to have braces to like have a good smile. But like, confidence wise, I feel like I don't feel like less than what I was before. I feel the same, but yeah, it does give you more of like, kind of want to show them off more, kind of want to smile for anything. You're kind of want to, I don't know, like even with the filters, like if you go to Instagram and all that and you see those filters, you kind of just want to stare at your teeth the whole time because it looks so great. And yeah, so totally, I do. So I'll keep this short now. I'm gonna make another video telling you the second news. So the first news was that I got my braces off, and then I have a second news that I want to share with you all, because I know that there's people that, well, nobody really knows in YouTube about it, but I will share with you the other news that are gonna be crazy news. Well, not crazy, but you know, some news that I have for you guys. I'm going to share that in my next video, so stay tuned, watch it, and then I will also have for you the before and after of my treatment, where you can see how my teeth look before I got braces and then after. And in the future, I'm planning to make more videos about things that I wish I would have known before I got braces, and probably tips and tricks about having braces, because I learned so much throughout the journey of having braces and what it was like. And I'm excited and I want to share with you, because I hope that, you know, if you are right now in your treatment and you're waiting to get your braces off, or you just started with your braces journey, I want to help you get your braces off as soon as possible. But also don't get too desperate because, you know, things are going to happen in its own time. Your teeth take time to get to a certain point. Like, they took time to get to where they were. It didn't happen overnight, and it happens with time and in a lot of patience. So, so keep that in mind. I would highly suggest it, but I will have another video for you guys giving you a couple of things that I feel they help me through the braces journey and to get my braces off early too. That's gonna be another video that I will make for you guys, so you guys can watch it, can tell me if you have any questions. Feel free to post them here and I will get back to you on that video about tips and tricks. So if you have any questions, feel free to add them down in the box below and tell me all your questions. I'll be sure to include as many as I can in the video and tell you what it is, because now that I have them off, I want to share my insights and share my experience and help anybody out there who is starting the journey, who's halfway through the journey, or who's had them for several years and they're like, oh, I want to get them off. I want to help you. So be sure to stay tuned. We'll see you next time with the big news, with another big news.